Touch. Good girl. Hi, anybody. Folks, we have a bit of an announcement for this week's video. As you can see, I'm walking through the woods, down some steps, trees behind me, Brooklyn at my feet, and of course we have Ben and Tony. They're working on a fire pit right now. And the announcement is that Ben and I have actually just purchased this 3 acres of land to build a cottage on. So we're here spending a little bit of time this weekend in December, here in the winter, a little bit of snowfall on the ground, essentially just getting a lay of the land, sketching out some ideas in our heads, and setting up the basics for a cottage here. It's gonna be a long process, probably a couple of years. The first steps obviously is to get a fire pit going so we can have a nice beautiful wood smell, and you guys have moved a lot of rocks since I have just gone upstairs to grab the camera. It's looking good.
And then we can pull this guy like...
Or put this one in between.
Yeah, that's better.
We'll also spin this one a bit.
Yeah, let's spin it so it's in the middle.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Actually, if we flip it this side down, it has a natural curve to it.
I like how substantial these rocks are compared to the tiny ones that we had going.
I think it's looking pretty good.
Heck yeah, it is.
Maybe this guy's...
Yeah.
Hi, Brookie. How you doing? Are you excited?
Cut the bench and shit.
Cut one of the big trees in half, like slice it in half, flip it upside down, just notch it to put on 2 rocks, and
that'd be
have
sweet.
A bench.
That'd be super cool.
Use the other half for a bath.
Begin to at least stack it around the outside.
Yeah, get it dried out.
Like some trailer park drills.
Yeah. Pants worked out, they got nice thing on them.
We could have used this as a little bowl for rice or something.
Put some hot sauce on
style.
plain rice. Oh, that video's out. I wonder if anyone watched it.
My
we got a new subscriber today.
Did we really?
my hot sauce.
40!
Yeah.
Holy shit, 40 subs.
It's like half empty now.
Is it?
Yeah, I was leaving the house. I turned to it because my mom and dad were having dinner. I was like, can y'all just not eat that so fast? Like, both bottles are almost half empty. My dad's like, shit.
Yeah, I've been using mine on like
It's
eggs,
so
all kinds of
good.
stuff. It's really good.
Oh yeah, this is gonna start rip-roaring real quick.
We might be able to cook lunch on this.
Yeah, we should.
Totally I brought my stand.
Yeah, for the cauldron.
The cauldron.
What do we got to cook?
Well, I forgot a can opener, but I did bring a bunch of canned soups and the Dutch oven with a stand for it. So hopefully we'll put the stand over top of this, figure out how to get into the cans, and then cook it over the fire.
There's always the chainsaw to get into the cans as well, yeah?
True.
So basically the sun's come out a little bit and we're just enjoying the time outside that we have here. We've built a fire. It's going, it's getting to a roaring pace right now. But the next step on, really claiming this land here, we gotta fell a tree. So Ben, you brought your chainsaw pants, chainsaw.
Yeah,
we have probably enough gas to cut down every tree on this lot. We're not gonna do that because we don't. Hopefully we'll find a dead tree in a spot that we're gonna need to clear anyway for the cottage.
and chop that baby down.
So we gotta essentially, the lake is over here behind us, and then up these steps that the previous owner put in. There's nothing else on the lot except a septic system, so there's not a lot to work with right now. We think over in this area is probably where it's gonna end up going, so that's where we're gonna go and search for a tree to cut down. So we're now kind of walking in the area where, I mean, I was saying earlier that I might be standing in the kitchen right where I am right now. So a lot of these trees are fair game, and a lot of them, not a lot, a few of them are dead. Well, look at the sun coming through here.
There's a really dead birch over there.
You found it?
Yeah, we found there's a dead birch just right down here. It's nice and flat. It's pretty big, but I think it's pretty straight too. So I think we're gonna be able to have it lie down that direction. We need to go and get the chainsaw, the safety gear, and some gas.
Hi, babe. How are you? Good girl. So this is the part of the video where we basically say, do not try to do this yourself unless you have experience, you're working with a professional. We're definitely not professionals, but we have, on Ben's property back home, have cut down our fair share of trees, and by that I mean I've participated in one, so I feel like I'm capable of doing this. It's relatively straightforward though. We got a chainsaw, we have some chain oil, got a little bit of gas. Ben has his safety chainsaw pants so we don't cut our legs off. And then of course we have ear, eye, face, everything protection to make sure that we're doing this safely. If you happen to do it safely so no one gets hurt.
Green thing off so it doesn't catch the blade.
So one thing that we've talked about when thinking about the design of the cottage and where it's going to kind of sit on the property and whatnot, is we really want it to be fitting into the natural landscape, and part of that is coming down to really taking out as few trees as possible to fit in the structure on the land here. Now, for something like this big birch tree, it's dead first of all, and it's also in a place that could pose some kind of potential danger to the structure at some point in the future. Plus, it's just kind of fun to take down a tree. So there's a little bit of a clearing, this kind of edge of our property here, where we're gonna sit this thing down, hopefully, and we'll see how it goes. So wait, Ben, I also need you to, is this the first time you're using these?
No, I've used these before.
Used these before. What are they?
Chainsaw pants.
Chainsaw pants.
The idea is that in the hopefully very unlikely event that it kicks back and hits you in the leg, this thing, it has a bunch of really long, super strong fibers. So the blade catches it, it all gets like spun up in it, and it stops it right away before it actually touches you. There are some very fun videos on YouTube where like a dude stands there with pants on and literally with a running chainsaw it goes ding.
Hopefully this is not one of those videos.
No, definitely not one of those.
Well done. Good placement.
Took a while, but we did it.
Good job.
Yeah, that looks great. How do you feel?
Mission accomplished. We built a fire, cut down a tree. I don't know what's next.
Cook on the fire.
Yeah, I gotta cook on the fire, have some lunch, I think. Who knows? All right, so I wanted to get it cut in, you know, because everyone needs to get it cut in. So I got to cut in, and then Anthony actually had this great idea, because we've just, you know, dropped this piece of birch now here, and that was my slice to the right there. why don't we just slice this another time, get a good segment, and then carry it over to the fire pit as a nice little bench. Good idea.
Let's do it.
And now rev it high.
What's that?
Now rev it high.
I got it.
Nice.
Cut. Nice cut.
You kick this end out.
Oh yeah.
This is what
This is how they built the pyramids.
It is lunchtime. We've got the fire built up. It's looking pretty good. We're gonna flatten it out in a second. We've got our cauldron ready. I was able to find a can opener, so we don't have to use the chainsaw to get into the cans. But let's flatten the fire out and then get the cauldron on top.
That's actually not bad.
Yeah, not crazy. There we go, that's pretty stable.
Heck yeah. Probably mess it up. Probably right there. I just don't want the chain to feel too long.
Nice.
That's like perfect.
That's fucking dope. We'll see how long that takes now. Yeah, it's already bubbling a lot.
Quite a bit. Yeah, maybe we'll spread this out a bit just so that it
Slow it down.
slows it down, makes it a bit more evenly.
Oh man. So much smoke,
Excuse me,
guys.
Brooke. Do you mind not to do that? Don't do that, please. Okay, we're officially a outdoorsy, woodsy channel.
Yeah.
Got the vintage Pendleton on. We're getting a cauldron over a fire, making some. Although, instead of actually making the soup, we have Campbell's chunky, which honestly is fucking good. And we need the salts because we've been out here working hard.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, we just all three of us have to sit on. And don't fall backwards. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty warm.
That's like perfect temperature.
Okay, so we've got to the property, checked it out, built a fire pit, built a fire, cut down a tree, made a bench, had some lunch. Next thing on the agenda, and this is kind of a weird one. I shouldn't say this is weird. This is actually a two-parter. So this part was Ben's part, and my part, for as long as I can remember, when I would think to myself, I know, Brooklyn's heard this story so many times. When I got a piece of land, what would I like to do? Is to just dig a hole. So dig a hole just because we can. So that's what we're gonna do. And into the hole, we're gonna put this. When will we dig it up and enjoy it?
Remains to be seen.
Who knows? So what we have to do though, just like we searched for the perfect tree to cut down for this this time, we have to find the perfect spot to dig the hole. My inclining is over there, like kind of in like cool cedars part.
Yeah,
something a little hidden away.
It's the Pirate Cove, little tiny thing.
No, so there's like a kind of a secret area over there that'll be nice and secluded. I think that's probably a spot. It'd be a nice spot to enjoy it when we dig it up eventually. So let's go find it. So while the cottage will be going up kind of in that area, down over here, down over there's kind of a cove of cedars that run along the waterfront. We have 307 feet of waterfront on this property. A lot of bedrock also peeks out, so we have some cool quartz. It's kind of just like strewn about on the ground, some big pieces, also kind of a large rock face coming up here, and some really interesting spots to potentially have, I don't know, a nice little spot to come and sit in a hammock and enjoy some time in a hammock, things like that, or perhaps enjoy a couple swigs from a bottle of whiskey. I think probably farther away from the water for something that I think is maybe like, we have this kind of rock face wall and whatnot, maybe at the base of it somewhere here, close to one of these rocks or out from one of these trees.
Yeah, I think we want to put it next to like a landmark that'll be here for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like these huge rocks are going to be here for a while. Yeah, so where is it? Probably, I mean, this is kind of a nice area here. Oh, by the kissing tree.
Ooh.
The surveyor comes like, what's this big hole? Oh.
Find a spot.
That's on our property.
Directly out, what's that, about 10 paces from the kissing tree?
Yep. About 5 from the branch between it.
There's kind of a bottle size coming up here. Look at that, sand.
Ooh.
It's really sandy, eh? Red.
Yeah,
Clay, maybe.
could be.
A little bit of Aiken buried down there.
So what?
Clay Aiken. Oh. I am running into a few roots. I'm trying to avoid them here.
I feel like you need like a rock to put on top of it.
Yeah, will that fit, you think? We'll try.
You like,
Try going in bottle end first, or like the
front, the cap.
Maybe we'll shove that one into the sand.
we need just a little bit more like in this area.
Will that do it?
I think
Looks
it's
like
alright.
it.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find a rock.
That's amazing.
A regular pace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 paces.
So what marks the spot?
10 paces out from the kissing tree.
From the makeout branch.
So if anyone wants to make out with me, come on over.
And then dig up some
got a
Appleton's
bottle of
estate.
whiskey.
Rock marks the spot.
Rock marks the spot.
Rock marks the spot.
Brooke, that's probably like,
Right, Brooke?
you guys are so fucking weird. So one of the last things that we have to do while we're at the property here is christen it. And to do that, you have to do it with a bottle of champagne. Now, we're not the most classy, so we're gonna use red Solo cups as well. I've already pre-taken off the little twisty thing and the label on the top, because we're not just gonna pop this bottle of champagne. We're gonna do something else. We're gonna savor it. The other important part when you're celebrating a milestone like this is to just not savor a bottle of champagne anywhere. Not gonna do it here. We're gonna do it on the rock. Clean break, baby.
That's gonna be one of yours, guys. Yeah, it's right near there. It's in front of the rock, the other rock.
This one? Yeah. Oh shit, there it is. It hit the rock.
Damn, that went far. Yeah, I watched it sailing over there.
Yeah, I need some help.
Ta-da.
Is the cork in it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. So the last step in wrapping everything up here is obviously to change the sign that Ben and Anthony worked on yesterday from the fire. It's a little bit janky, but you know, it says the name, so we're good. Basically, we've jerry-rigged a little flag that we're gonna use to kind of map out what we're thinking cottage-wise. Put it through a couple of screw holes here that are existing in this piece of wood that we're turning into our sign, and then luckily I brought zip ties, so that's how we're gonna put it up here. There we go.
Nice. That looks great.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I don't know if I would say great.
It looks pretty good.
It looks good. It looks good for sure, but we got to get a better one eventually.
It is definitely official now, though.
It's official. Well, that about wraps up day number 1 here. Essentially, we're just gonna have some drinks by the fire, cook up some steaks in a little bit, and then probably tomorrow do a little bit of planning, design work for what the cottage is gonna look like. We're gonna have a ton more videos following the entire process of putting this together. So if you wanna watch, follow along, hit like, subscribe, check us out, and yeah, we're excited. It's been a good day and can't wait for more. Bop, bop, bop.
Brooks,
Leave it. Okay, we're good.
will you take a photo?